What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we're talking about DKL rubber grip tape. We're going to talk about the pros, the cons, and if this is something you should actually consider switching to save your shoes. Now almost exactly 2 months ago I posted a video about DKL rubber grip and why I was trying it out, because buying skateboarding shoes is really expensive. They can cost anywhere between $60 to $90 depending on the type of shoe. I know Nigel Houston's shoe that just came out is close to $100. And typically I blow through skate shoes every 2 to 3 months. I have to get a new pair. So that's $60 to $80, $90 I have to spend every 2 to 3 months just to do a sport that I love to do. And for a lot of people out there, that gets expensive and they can't do that. I had a friend just the other day who was skating at the skate park and he uses normal grip tape just like most people, and he blew a hole in his shoes. The entire shoe is fine except for where he's flicking his foot, put a hole through his shoe, a hole through his sock, and his foot was bleeding. It was just a no-go. He had to stop and go home, and then the next day he showed up with a brand new pair of shoes. I did not want to have to do that all the time, so I recently switched to rubber grip tape. So for 2 months now straight, I've only been using rubber grip tape on my shoes. So I'm going to show you my shoes, how they looked when they started, how they look when they ended, and then I'm going to show you the boards, what conditions they're in, just to show you exactly the pros and cons of riding rubber grip tape. And that way, ultimately, at the end of this video, hopefully you can decide for yourself if you should go pick some up. Now let's first start with the grip itself. The application process is a little bit longer and it's slightly different than standard grip tape. With normal grip tape, you just slap the grip on, you peel it, you sand it down, and you're good to go. And you can probably immediately skate it as soon as you grip it. But what I have found is that is not the case with rubber grip. It takes a lot longer and you typically have to let it sit for at least 24 hours to get the best results. So this is the very first board I used for rubber grip. As you can see, the edges stay down very nicely. One of the main complaints people are having is that the edges start to peel up on the board and it starts to peel up the grip tape. On my first board, that was not an issue. I think I cut it very well and it worked out very nicely. Only issues I had were that there were air bubbles, and you can see there are still some air bubbles in this. That was a common problem that I had, but typically I would just take a knife, the same knife I used to grip the board. I would just keep it with me. I would poke the air bubbles out and we would be good to go, and it wouldn't be an issue after the first week or two. Now this board lasted me a full month, just like normal. I typically ride my boards for about a month. This board is nowhere near done. It's got a little bit of razor tail, but overall on this first board, I was super excited and happy that the grip tape actually worked for me. It didn't peel up, it didn't really mess up. A really good pro with rubber grip is that you can just take a wet rag or a Clorox wipe or something, and you can wipe down the grip to just clean it, and once it dries, it's essentially brand new grip tape. With standard grip tape, it's like a sandpaper material, and if it gets wet, it kind of ruins the grip, so you can't really clean it. You have to go out and buy special grip tape cleaners just to clean it. But that's a nice pro for the rubber grip. However, on my second board, so this is the board I'm currently riding, the board I currently have set up, you can see right here, there is a lot of peel up on the edges. There's also some on this side, and there is a little bit on the tail as well. But definitely on this side, this is my heel side of the board, there is a ton of peelage going on right there. And it hasn't affected my skating. Like I said, I've been skating this board for a month now. I've skated each board for a month, and this hasn't affected my skating. All the skating you've been seeing the past 2 months has all been on rubber grip. I personally don't think it makes me skate differently. I don't feel like I'm skating differently. It did take a while to readjust, but I really just wanted to point out right now this major con of this grip. I'm a perfectionist. It really bothers me when I mess up a grip job. I've been skating for a little over 10 years. I've been gripping boards for 6 or 7 years, so gripping boards is something I'm pretty good at. I know how to do it very well. But relearning that process for rubber grip has kind of been a struggle. I don't particularly like gripping rubber grip, but the main appeal of this is saving your shoes. Like that's the main reason why you would go out and buy some of this, is to save your shoes. Now I have one more sheet of rubber grip, so I'm gonna definitely skate one more board of rubber grip. So we're gonna see if it starts to peel up on that one, and that'll ultimately decide if I keep using it or not. But honestly, at this point, it works so well on my shoes. I don't know if I'm gonna go back to normal grip ever again, and that's just my opinion. So now let's talk about the shoes. And this is where I was most excited about this rubber grip, because I really wanted my shoes to last longer than 3 months. And it's only been 2 months, but typically at this point, I'm having to use shoe glue or hot glue or something to seal off holes in my shoe from standard grip tape. And I'm super happy to say that is not the case with this grip. So my shoes This one hole right here, it's not even all the way through. It's just the top layer is gone. That was with one skate session of normal grip tape. One skate session with standard grip tape made this hole. Because I was waiting for my rubber grip to come in, I took my new shoes out for only, again, one skate session, and it made that hole. I've been skating these shoes now for 2 months, and there is hardly any damage. Obviously, there's gonna be some wear and tear because it's rubber versus rubber down here. So obviously on this side, you can see that black line and all the texture is still there. And on this side, it's kind of all worn away. That's okay. What I'm most concerned about is the canvas of the shoe. And it is 100% still intact. I could easily skate this shoe for another 2 to 3 months before having to buy another pair. And that is amazing considering I used to go only 2 to 3 months before having to buy a new pair of shoes. Now, if you're watching this, you're probably wondering, should I buy rubber grip if I want to save my shoes? And honestly, it's a tough question to answer because I know of at least 3 other people who've gotten rubber grip over the past 2 months that I've been using it. They've been interested and they've tried it out, and all 3 of them hated it. They did not like it. They told me that it was too slippery, they didn't like it. Even if it did save their shoes, it wasn't for them, and they switched back to normal grip. And the reason they hate it so much is because of the grip tape they usually skate. Those of you that don't know, there are usually 2 main types of grip tape. There's mob grip tape and there's Jessup grip tape. Mob grip tape is really grippy. It is like straight sandpaper. It is super rough. It's really abrasive and it just sticks to your shoes a lot. And it's really good for flip tricks and things like that. A lot of pros, that's what they skate. It's just a really sticky and grippy grip tape. The other type is Jessup. Now Jessup is also a sandpaper material, just like normal grip tape, but it's not nearly as grippy as mob. Jessup is a slightly less abrasive grip tape, and for me, that is what I used to skate. I did not like mob. I thought it was too grippy and it ruined my shoes too quickly. So I used Jessup grip tape, and it's a slightly slicker, less abrasive grip tape. So with me transitioning to rubber grip tape, and yes, it is slightly slippier than normal grip tape, I was already accustomed to it because I was using Jessup, which is the less grippy of the grip tapes. The 3 people that I was talking to that tried rubber grip tape for the first time, they all skated mob. So they were all used to super sticky and super abrasive grip tape. For me, that wasn't the case. It was a nice, easy transition for me, where for them, it wasn't so much of an easy transition. But does DKL grip tape actually do what it says it's supposed to? Kind of. So yes, it definitely saves your shoes. It is something that if you're looking to save your shoes, do it. It will save your shoes. I'm gonna be able to skate these shoes for a very long time, and I'm super happy about that. Is it as grippy as normal grip tape? Not really. It's definitely not as grippy as mob. It can be comparable to Jessup grip tape. So if you're used to Jessup, I think you could switch over and be pretty comfortable. But if you're used to mob grip, I highly doubt you're gonna try it out and actually like it. So if I were you and I was contemplating this, I would do the same thing that I did. I bought 1 sheet of grip tape and I tried it out, and I just tried to see if I liked it or not. Then once I tried it, I enjoyed it. I thought it was okay enough for me to try, and I really wanted to save my shoes. So then I went and I bought more. So if you're still on the fence about trying it, I would just order 1 sheet, give it a chance, and then if you like it, just start ordering more and start using it. But again, it's all up to personal preference and what is best for you. These have been some pros, some cons, some of my personal opinions about DKL rubber grip. If you want to grab a sheet, go do that. I'll leave a link in the description. You can go grab some yourself. If this video helped you in your decision on whether I should get it or not, please hit that like button. It helps me out a ton. It helps other people see my videos. At the end of this video, I'll leave a link to my original DKL post of my first impressions of the grip tape. But other than that, that's all I've got. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.